as I'm a bit fed up with the Age of Empires 2 game design. Of course, don't get me wrong, it's a great game, but the purpose of this video is to explain to the developers that they really need to improve some aspects of the readability of this game, because this game is not an eye quality test, right? Not everybody has eyes like a jet fighter pilot. So we need to implement some kind of improvements in the user interface of this software that will improve readability and the communicative performance, and thereby the information that gamers have while playing this game, and thereby improving their gaming performance and skill level. Now, what do I mean with this? I already made another video about UI and mods, that I use mods for improving the user interface in order to get better readability and feedback of system status or whatever status of a villager or unit, whatever. So let's have another example. What I came through, and this is always happening, is when we have multiple players and gray is there. So if we take 8 players and we take a player gray and we give him some buildings like a palisade wall. So here we go, palisade wall for gray. How to do this? I want to select player gray. Yeah, so player 7. So now we have a palisade wall, right? And we're gonna do a little bit black forest. So give it some forest on both sides. Right? Here, some forest, some forest. So what happens in black forest sometimes, especially with the player gray, because of the color of his player color basically, it's not well visible behind your own walls. So what happens if I, as player 1, player blue, I am next to player 7 in the generation, and we're both walling on black forest, and I place a stone wall later because I deleted my palisades. Well, in this instance, okay, because of how the terrain is designed, it's not a problem. But if we delete this like that, and in this situation, and we're gonna make a stone wall as player 1, look, parts of the palisade wall are no longer visible. And when I then have a gate, like a normal gate that's down indeed, like this, then for me this becomes very difficult to click and to see with my troops. So let's just place some knights for player 1. So we have some knights. The goal now is to attack the palisade wall, and that's of course possible through the gate. But for me, when I test this in many games, what I have is that you cannot see the grey palisade very well behind this setup. And then I go there, and in this case it's successful. But what if I really haven't seen it anymore and it's no longer in my memory, or the player built a new palisade wall behind it, I just don't see it, I click here. In Black Forest my troops would get stuck, you know. And I have this many times. I also had Black Forest generations, I will show you, in which the whole pathfinding got fucked up. So what happened was basically this. We had the forest. Let's go with forest again. And there was a very long tunnel like this. We need a bigger forest. Make sure that we're... Yeah, we need a better forest. A real forest. A pine forest, like this, yes. So there was this tunnel that led to my base, but just not completely in Black Forest. It was like this. And then in the other tunnel here, at the end, there was my base, you know. So I will illustrate the situation. So this was basically the situation. And what then happened, I had to send my whole army to another player that was, you know, like over to the other side, at the right side, behind my base. Right now there's forest, but there was another way, you know, another road to the other player. So, and what happened, I'll show you. Then like 50 of my knights, they just got stuck. So I want to go to my base, but then the knights somehow took the wrong path and they went into the tunnel like this. And I was trying to reach my base to defend my ally who was on the flank. And then they ended up like this on Black Forest, and I am like, why does the map generate this kind of maps that the pathfinding cannot handle? If the pathfinder cannot handle the map generation, then the map generation is not correct, or the pathfinding is not correct. And if both are not correct, then gameplay is severely frustrated, like me. So I just want to say to the devs, please do something about the color readability. Please give this palisade wall better outlines around the outside of the object, not with gray, but with gray and white. So every color gets a white, and then the primary color and the secondary color outline, so that it's better visible. Then you will see the palisades because of the white, the double color border. Gray not visible because stone walls, but white will shine through, and it will be very clear for, that there, not just to the opponent that built the palisade, but also to me from this perspective, that there is a palisade wall, and it will be easier to destroy and work around. And also in the map generations of Black Forest, these kind of scenarios where you have an area where your base is and just a tunnel next to it that is useless, it will completely destroy pathfinding, and your troops will get stuck. So more feedback for the developers. Please do something about it. Thank you very much, because the game is great, but readability and some other things that still need improvement can also spoil otherwise very nice games.